Cardi finally accepted to pay Offset spousal support. And this man done asked for 70% of everything?
I will not contact this person for a month. I will not give in. I will not forgive this easy. I will not go back. I will not go to the pattern. I will not go through it. But I was crying every day. I was hurt every day. I was out here in LA in a mansion by myself. I was thinking about it every single day. And when your heart is not done, your heart is not done. I'm pregnant. I'm going to accept my flaws, the flaws that I bring in this marriage. I'm going to apologize for it, and I'm going to work on it.
On October 6th, 2025, that On Purpose episode with Jay Shady and Cardi B dropped. And this one hit with real emotion. Cardi opened up heavy about healing, hurt, and everything she's been carrying since that messy split from Offset. She wasn't sugarcoating anything. It felt raw enough to cut through the screen. She talked about being out in Los Angeles on her own, trying her best not to tap back into old patterns, but she still kept falling right back into that same loop. It was like her heart kept pulling her one way while her peace begged her to walk the other way. And just when she tried to steady herself, everything flipped again. Cardi said she put in the effort, took accountability, tried to patch things up, but nothing changed. So she stepped away for good. But the wild twist? Her reward for owning her part while Offset stayed stubborn was nothing but more stress and more problems. Fans couldn't believe it. She claimed Offset's been dragging the whole divorce process out, supposedly refusing to sign unless she handles certain things first, paying off different bills, cleaning up taxes, even putting properties in his lane. That's the moment everybody on social media started going wild over the situation. And now the online world is buzzing with new whispers. Folks saying Offset isn't just asking for a fair split, he supposedly wants spousal support and a 70-30 cut leaning his way. Not a clean 50-50, but a heavy advantage. Nothing is confirmed, but fans swear Cardi might end up writing a serious check once the dust settles. But here's where the mess levels up even more. People online are tying this whole argument to a major rumor that Cardi B allegedly got pregnant by NFL star Stefon Diggs. Whether true or not, the internet is exploding over it, and some people think that might be the real reason why Offset's acting colder than ice right now. The tea just keeps spilling everywhere. That's the rumor floating around. But what exactly pushed Offset to this level of frustration with Cardi B? Let's break it down because this goes way deeper than heartbreak. Offset already had cheating scandals. That part has been public for years. And Cardi admitted she wasn't perfect either. But there's one thing that could send any man over the edge instantly. Remember that photo she posted? The one where she styled Offset's son with the same exact hairstyle Stefon Diggs wears? The internet connected that instantly and the reactions flew fast. And let's be honest, Cardi knows how to clap back when she wants to. She can throw shots, call people out, even spark drama if she feels backed into a corner. But this move right here, this was a different level of disrespect. It hit Offset so personally that he reacted in public. On June 3rd, 2025, he posted, "When somebody play with my son, then call me the crash out. You don't gotta decode that." He meant it loud and clear. Touch his child in any way that feels shady and everything changes. Any parent would feel that sting, even if he's made mistakes. Involving the kids crosses a line that can't be uncrossed. Now imagine being Offset. Seeing your former partner, who people claim might be carrying another man's baby, put your kid into a situation that hints at another grown man? That hits deep. That's not just messy, it's humiliating. And from his perspective, that was the last straw. You can argue all day, you can disagree online, but once the little ones get involved, it's a whole different type of hurt, and now he wants payback. And the layers go even further. Offset wasn't just her husband, he was a major part of Cardi's rise. People forget that before Offset stepped in, Cardi said she was being played in the industry, losing money, and dealing with people who didn't respect her. She built her name on social media and reality TV, not traditional rap circles. So Offset helped her navigate the real music world. He opened doors and put her in spaces that pushed her career forward. A lot of that groundwork started with him. So from Offset's point of view, she didn't just leave, she left, allegedly moved on with another man, and publicly crossed him using his own child's image. To him, that's a double hit to the heart and the pride. But here's the part nobody wants to speak on. If people are mad that Offset wants money, maybe the real question is, why hasn't Cardi B ended up with someone wealthier if she's truly the powerhouse people hype her up to be? That question sits heavy, but it's part of reality. Because folks forget, dating somebody successful is one thing, but marriage is a whole different lane. Look at someone like Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion. Sure, they could date, look great in photos cause of buzz, but locking in for life? That's not happening. A man with discipline and high status thinks differently. He's looking for peace, a strong image, and a drama-free world. And that's why Offset fit Cardi's life at the time. He understood the chaos, the fame, the pressure. He came from that same space, so nothing shocked him. Someone like Stefon Diggs? He's not rushing to settle down with a superstar wrapped in nonstop headlines. Maybe he'll spend time with her, maybe even share a moment. But marriage? That's a stretch. Cardi knows that deep inside. And that might be why she's settling emotionally right now. Maybe she's just worn out from trying to build something stable in an unstable world. So she's living how she wants, moving how she feels, and letting the drama unfold. And that's her right. But we can't act surprised when men who value order and long-term planning don't line up to marry her. Because yes, Cardi has hits, she has wealth, she has fame, but she also built her image on bold songs like WAP. That track took over the world, but it also boxed her into a brand that certain high-profile men stay away from when it comes to long-term commitments. A man thinking about his public legacy, his family image, and his investments won't always gamble on a partner with that level of spotlight heat. So when people cry out about Offset wanting her money, they might be missing the bigger picture. Why hasn't Cardi landed someone bigger than Offset? It reflects a whole new dynamic in today's dating era. And here's another truth. The dating game has changed. A lot of women haven't realized that men aren't lining up to play provider anymore. Equality shifted everything. Now men can be just as strategic, just as cautious, and just as calculated when relationships end, especially if feelings got bruised. That's why Offset asking for money isn't just pettiness. It's a sign of how relationships around fame and success have evolved. Nobody wants to leave a breakup empty-handed in this era, because this is the truth people avoid. When you've got real money, someone is always prepared to make their way into it. And today, it's not just women looking for that financial cushion. Men have stepped into that lane too. You've got men asking for support, men asking for a share of assets, even men making claims to retirement funds. It's a whole new world. That's what happens when you end up with a partner who doesn't bring as much to the table as you do. A lot of women today are focused on freedom, careers, fame, bag chasing, and that's their choice. But when it comes to choosing men with equal or higher stability, some aren't prioritizing that anymore. They go for excitement instead of foundation. And that's where trouble begins. Because when you stop filtering for the right partner, the wrong one slips in. The one who can charm you, enjoy your lifestyle, but later when things go left, show their real motives. And suddenly they're in court talking about what's mine is mine and what's yours is ours. It's the old playbook reversed. Back then, a man would walk away after a breakup with nothing but pride. But times changed. Men watched how the game played out for years, and now they're flipping the script. Look at my parents. When they split, my dad didn't make what my mom made. But instead of fighting over everything, he let her keep the house. A house in Del Paso Heights, co-signed by his own mom, so the family had a roof to stay under. And he still said, "My kids gotta be good," and walked away with nothing. That's love, discipline, and sacrifice. But Cardi and Offset, they're in a whole different lane. Cardi reportedly has around $100 million, and Offset's had money missteps in the past. He could step away clean and rebuild, but instead, it looks like he's ready to collect whatever he can. And don't forget, that picture Cardi posted, styling Offset's son in a way that mirrored Stefon Diggs, that move blew everything apart. Once you cross that line, there's no going back. Offset probably saw that and said, "I'm getting mine." Because at that point, it's not about the bag, it's about pride and public embarrassment. When you play dirty in love, the blowback hits heavy. especially when both sides have wealth, followers, and egos mixed in. Once that boundary was crossed, it became a lifetime rivalry. You involve someone's child in a public way, and they're coming for everything, even if they don't need it. When someone reaches that breaking point, the rules disappear instantly. Most people don't understand this. Push a man too far, especially using his kid, and he drops every quiet rule he had. Even if he made mistakes, once the child becomes part of the conflict, the sympathy is gone. Now he wants everything back, and he wants it loud. That's how grudges turn into full money wars. Should anyone pull a move like that? Absolutely not. There's a code about respecting kids, and once you break that code, nobody feels sorry for what comes next. If peace was the goal, that move wouldn't have happened, but Cardi B built a bold brand, and sometimes that brand moves in ways that spark chaos. And once you do that, you bring people like Offset and Stefan Diggs into the storyline. Now it's no longer private, it's a public headline battle. What you think, fam? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, share this with someone who needs the tea, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next one.